Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Touchtone DSG, back with another video. In this one, I got a pretty cool surprise. I got an email the other day, and he's like, hey, man, I got this new VST. I think it's pretty dope, but it doesn't matter what I think. I would like for you to take a look at it and see what you think. Hopefully make a video about it. So full disclosure, they did send this over to me from Thenatan, but this is my own thoughts. Y'all know how I get down. That's what I do. Now, taking a look here on the screen, it's called the X82 and it says all about the 808s. I've played with it for a little bit and I can attest that it is all about the 808s. When you look on the screen here, this thing is quite extensive. On the surface, it can be very simple, but it is anything but that. Once again, played with it and was like, yo, this thing is nuts. So what we're seeing here right now is just the specifications. One of the real cool features that I like about it is that you can bring in your own samples and kind of get busy, and it's dope. This thing is normally 79 bucks. It's $29. I will have a link in the description. It is not an affiliate link. It's just a link to the page. So if you are interested in checking it out, go ahead, click that link, man. Or not, I don't really care. So let's take a look at this in the DAW and see how we get down with the get down. As you see here on screen, this is it in all its glory. So full disclosure, when you get this in, you are going to have a sample folder. Once you install it, make sure you have this sample folder installed somewhere on your hard drive where you don't feel like you're going to change it in the near future. If you do, they do have an option here. I think it's in settings here where you can change sample selection and then find it. One of the things here that I see that I like is it is scalable from 50% all the way to 200 here. As you see, once again, in a modern VST, that should just be something. That's the thing I hate the worst. Like when you get a VST or you get a plugin and it ain't scalable, that's like that just gets under my skin. It's 2023, come on now. So here on the screen, the GUI is pretty dope. It can be a little bit intimidating depending on like where you come from in the VST in the plugin world as well. But to me, this is not. I like the graphic here. That's kind of dope. We'll get into that. But this section here, so this is called your balancer section, right? And with the balancer section, I feel like it is exactly what it is there. You got the browse page, you got your next and your back button, and you can do that for the whole global for the both of these guys, or you can do that just for the one. Doesn't matter, Next here is you have the information on the 8. You click that, bam, takes you right to their website. You can get in contact with them. Pretty cool stuff. You got your undo and redo buttons right here. You also got what is called the brain randomizer. So if you click this guy, bam, dude, you get something weird. Let's see what it does. Okay, that's what we got with the randomizer. And then you got also the brain designer. We'll get into that later. And then also you do have settings here. Authorized key and all that stuff. So I'm in here in the menu. I just click the search bar and we'll go over to Beyond 808. Kind of see how that sounds, right? And I think we just click out of it. There we go. And the black ball is bouncing. You can't make this shit up. The black ball is bouncing. It'd be cool if it had two black balls. But so yeah, man, it bounces. So let's see what that does. God, the stereo imaging on this is pretty dope. All right, so that's that. And this is, you can hear the noise right there and the more knocks right there. So before we get into the sound previews, I just kind of want to show you guys what's going on here. So next with the preview window, you got the ball. Let me move this, it's kind of distracting. Okay, so you got the ball right here that's, moving up and down or whatever. And then you got what is called like your sine noise. You can add extra layer to this, like a synth to the sub here. Then you got like your octaves, your transpose, and Just your typical stuff right here. You got your master gain, that's your master gain slider. And then down here, you have the duck feature. This follows the kick sample in it. And you can have like a short sample for like a fast duck and stuff. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a sidechain. It is a sidechain. Then after that, you have your glide. Everyone knows what glides are, especially if you work with 808s. You know what that is right now, which is pretty cool. You got your pitch and modular wheel right here, pitch bend. Ooh, let's go. So that's pretty dope here. So on the middle section here, you have what is called like your damage amount. So let's take a look at that. So on the damage amount, you got this here. This is like your bypass for that, enable that. And this just controls this right here, controls like your damage modes and whatnot. It's kind of dope, you know, and we'll mess with that here in a second. Then you got your bit mode, your 8 bits. Once again, a bypass on the side. It's an 8-bit crusher. And then you got your blend mode. I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is. The blend mode is pretty cool because like the more yellow is the more kick, and then like the more green or teal, that is going to be more of the sub. So that's pretty dope. That's kind of cool. Okay, and then like you got your balancer page right here, and we'll get to that in a second as well. But then you got your freak under here, and this is just different effects, man. And you got your bypass. So for people that like to like mangle their 808s or really mess with them and hone them in, I think this is dope. Me personally, I'm kind of pick a preset guy, touch it up a little bit, but I like running it through hardware, and that's my workflow. So this could be cool for either or. And then you have your low pass filter, or what they call a DJ filter. That's kind of dope. Yes, that's pretty sweet. So then up top here, you're gonna have your bypass. Turn that on and off, and that works for the kick section and the 808 section here. And then you got like your previews between that. You can change them independently from each other, which is pretty dope. You got your sample menu right here that you can open up and just go into the samples. That's a whole lot of samples. Yikes. All right. Then you got your reverse button, which is pretty cool on that. I ain't gonna front, that's kind of hard. Then you got your randomize button, as you've seen earlier, just typical randomize. Then you got a VU meter, which I think is a cool touch, so you can kind of see how hot you're coming in. And I'm blasting that bitch. Yeah. Then you got your gain over here, so you can turn your gain knob down. So if you are blasting that bitch, then you got your driver mount, which you can drive your 808 if you want to. Ooh, and then you got your high pass and low pass filter. I kind of like it, man. I ain't gonna front, bro. Like, I like this so far. Like, could this be an all-in-one stop shop for your 808s? So far, yeah. Yes. There's other plugins out there like this, but this is different in its own unique way. So I think it comes down to you and your workflow. So on the bottom, pretty much everything is the same except this. So you got your import your custom sample player. You can just kind of bring that in and bring in your own audio file here and drop that in. That's really, really dope. You got your drive here. Drive would be a little bit different for the kick. I'm taking it. Let's mute this 808 and try it. Yeah, that's a little bit different. So this right here is your pitch tracking, and you can import a sample on C3 and just kind of do your thing and spread it out across the keys, just like anything else so that's just like most samplers, modern samplers do that. play it across the keys like a one shot. You know what I mean? And then you got your sample beginning and your sample end right here. So if you wanted to adjust those and get jiggy with it, yeah, jiggy. I said it. Stand by it, buddy. So everything else is pretty much the same on this. So if we go here, right here, you're gonna have your velocity, this menu. Man, this thing goes pretty deep. You got different filters, bro. So you got the LFO, you can bypass that, and these are what these buttons are for. You got an envelope filter right here. You got a velocity, man. I mean, you got your freaking pitch LFO right here. Like, this thing goes deep, which is super cool. Man, I don't even know like how and why the internet has ruined me, that I can't even say the go deep without, damn. YouTube. Don't act like it's just me, YouTube. And then we can go to the blend mode, and there's like this little menu, like a hidden menu, like a hidden room in Alice in Wonderland right there. Bang. We click that. So then you got your mute on certain channels. You got your balancer. You got the mute right here. And then you got like your band gain from like your sub to your mid to your high. That's kind of cool, man. You can turn this on and off right here. One thing I do like about this, especially being a mix engineer as well, is the phase. Sometimes your kicks and everything, depending on the waveform, can be out of phase, or it could be out of phase with whatever else you got going that's hitting at the same time or whatever. Click that, put it in phase, you're good to go. I love that. Then you got your X wide, and this is more like a Haas effect. For those of you that are familiar with the Haas effect, it's like taking a snare and just putting a delay on it, and it widens it to both speakers. That's what a Haas effect is. The cool thing about this Haas effect is it only affects the wide frequencies of your 808. So you can get that super wide 808, which I remember early in the video when I was clicking, I was like, man, that stereo imaging, that's what that was. Okay. All right. Figuring that bitch out. All right. So we have our menu down here at the bottom. We got one called Fat Joe. Let's see what Fat Joe sound like. I don't know if that sound like Fat Joe. I ain't trying to get beat up. All right, so let's try to find one with this track right here. I'm gonna play it for you, and this is just a track that I made. It's not mixed by any means, but let's just hear what it sounds like. Okay, so that's the track in. Let's just go through some of the presets here and find an 808 that fits. Let's see how long it takes us to find a good sounding 808. Let's start in the distorted AF. Let's turn that back on and let's hear. Nope, that's not my section. I'm gonna be honest with you, that I didn't find anything usable in that. So okay, cool. Let's try this I'm feeling lucky section. Let's try that. Yo, I got to keep it real, man. This is real time. Let's try In Your Face. Maybe this is more of my speed. In all fairness, I didn't play with these presets prior. I was just messing around with it, but let's try a milli. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay. Okay, that was pretty cool. That one's all right. I wouldn't use it though. Ooh, I like that kick part. Let's see what that bass sounded like. Nope, nope, nope. The kick part on that is dope. And see, I think this is where the tweakers come in. And I just wanted this to happen in real time. I want to be honest about it. So far, I found maybe one or two that I might use and tweak for a second. So yeah, on that, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so I mean, there you have it. It's all right, you know. It's not my cup of tea. I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta keep it real, man. I probably wouldn't use this, but I know a lot of people that would because we all don't make the same music. I just couldn't find a usable sound, and maybe it was that beat. You know what I mean? Or not. So there, yeah, you have it. And like I said, it's not for me, and I don't want you to think I'm trashing it or anything. Thenatan, they make some fantastic plugins. This one just missed the mark with me. That's all right. I still could find uses for it. You know, little underwhelming on parts for me, but then it's really got some cool features as far as like the mangling, getting in there, doing what you do. But I'm not that type of producer. I kind of like just to get in, get done. And I know a lot of you guys like to tweak and do all that stuff. Not tweak, but I know you guys like to get in there and mess with your sounds and do all that. So yeah, pretty cool GUI, pretty cool options. Once again, just not for me. That's all right. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, TBR, baby. TBR, thoughts become reality. Peace.